Hey everyone, and welcome. So let's talk about something we've all struggled with, right? You've got this Excel spreadsheet, it's packed with data, but it's just a mess. Today, we're going to dive into how to transform that chaos into something that's actually clear, insightful, and, well, useful.
So, I've got a question for you. When you send out one of your Excel reports, is it actually a tool that helps people? Or is it more like a puzzle they have to solve? Yeah, if you even pause to think about that, you are definitely in the right place.
Okay, take a look at this. On the left, oh man, we've all seen this before, haven't we? It's the classic data dump, just a wall of numbers. There's no story, no rhyme or reason, it's just chaos. But then, look over on the right. That's where we're headed. Clarity. It's the exact same data, but look how different it feels. It's organized, it's clean, and you can understand it in a split second. So, how do we get from that mess on the left to that masterpiece on the right? Well, that's exactly what we're about to cover.
All right, first things first, let's figure out what's going wrong. Because, the problem usually isn't the data. The data is fine. It's all about how we're presenting it. This is what I call the Excel nightmare, and it's the #1 reason why most reports just get ignored.
So, why do so many reports fail? Well, it usually boils down to a few common mistakes. First, there's no clear purpose. Like, what question are we even trying to answer here? Then, we completely ignore our audience. Who is this for? What do they actually need to know? Another big one is just information overload. We throw in every single number we can find. And when you put all that together, what do you get? Something that's just plain hard to read. And just like that, a super valuable tool becomes nothing more than digital noise.
Okay, so how do we fix this whole mess? It's actually pretty simple. It all starts before you even touch Excel. You've got to lay a solid foundation first. Think of it like building a house. You need a blueprint before you start hammering away.
And that blueprint? It's really just 3 simple steps. Step 1, define your purpose. Seriously, write it down. What's the one key question this report needs to answer? Step 2, know your audience. Are you writing this for your boss who needs the big picture in 30 seconds? Or for another analyst who wants to get into the weeds? They need different things. And finally, step 3, and this is a big one, make sure your data is clean. You've heard it a million times, but it's true. Garbage in, garbage out.
All right, with that solid foundation in place, now we can finally open up Excel and start building. And the magic word for this stage is structure. We're not just going to dump numbers onto a sheet. No way. We're going to create a logical, easy-to-follow path for whoever is reading this.
Now, this next tip might sound almost too simple, but trust me, it's a game changer. Use clear headings. Be consistent with your formatting. I'm talking same fonts, same colors for the same kinds of things. Why? Because that consistency creates a visual roadmap. It gently guides your reader's eyes where you want them to go instead of making them hunt and peck for the information. Your reader's eyes will literally thank you for it.
Okay, let's talk about one of my absolute favorite tools in Excel for building structure, and that's the pivot table. Seriously, if you're dealing with a giant amount of data, pivot tables are your secret weapon. They let you take thousands, even hundreds of thousands of rows and just summarize them into a clean, simple table. And the best part? You can do it in a few clicks without writing a single complicated formula.
And boom, here's what that looks like in action. Just imagine, all that raw data, every single transaction, just gets boiled down into this one easy-to-read summary. Instantly, you can see the big picture, like which region is bringing in the most sales. The insight isn't buried anymore. It's right there on the surface.
So, we've got our clean data, we've got a great structure, we're almost there. The last step is adding that final layer of polish. This is the fun part. This is where we stop just showing numbers and start actually telling a story. It's how we turn data into real, actionable insight. And here's the key idea to keep in mind for this part. Don't just show numbers, show trends. A table full of numbers is fine, but let's be honest, what your boss or your client really wants to know is what those numbers mean. Are we winning? Are we losing? What's the most important thing here? And that, my friends, is where visuals come into play.
Just look at this. This bar chart is made from the exact same data as that pivot table we just saw, but the impact is totally different, right? Your eye immediately goes to that top-performing region. You don't have to read anything, you just see it. That's the power of a good chart. It makes the story jump right off the page in a way numbers in a grid never ever will.
Here's another super cool trick, conditional formatting. This is awesome. It lets you tell Excel to automatically change the look of a cell based on what's inside it.
You can use color scales to show hot and cold spots. You can put little data bars right inside the cells for a mini chart effect, or even use icons like little green up arrows and red down arrows. It's such a simple, elegant way to draw attention to the most important stuff without adding any clutter.
Okay, so we've gone through a lot of tactics and tools. Let's wrap up by boiling everything down into 3 core principles. Think of these as your new golden rules for every single report you build from now on. Rule number 1, and this is the most important: keep it simple. Your job is to communicate, not to show off how many fancy charts you can make. You have to fight that urge to include every single data point. Ask yourself, does this help answer the main question? If the answer is no, get rid of it.
Second rule, keep it structured. A logical flow, those clear headings we talked about, consistent formatting. These aren't just nice-to-haves. They are essential for making your report easy to use. Honestly, a well-structured report is a sign of respect for your audience's time.
And the third and final rule, keep it updatable. Do yourself a massive favor and build your reports with the future in mind. When you use tools like pivot tables and set up your data properly from the start, updating it next month or next quarter isn't a nightmare. It's literally just a few clicks. You're saving your future self so much time and frustration.
So here's what I want you to take away from all this. The next time you open a spreadsheet, I want you to remember that you're not just a number cruncher. You're a storyteller, because buried in all that data is a story about what's working, what's not, and where the next big opportunity is. So the only question left is, are you ready to tell it?